Hey there, AP Precalc kids. We are looking at 3.6 sinusoidal function transformations. Some of you might be saying, this is a waste of time, Mr. Twillier. This is all review. And I assure you, you might be right. I don't think so. We're going to put everything together. If you want to earmark this page, like make put a post on it, it kind of combines everything into one. It's a nice little review. This one page is a nice little review. Remember our key points of sine. If a is bigger than 0, so our normal sine, we're going to start at the intercept. We're going to go to a max. We're going to go intercept. We're going to go min. And then we're going to go intercept. Again, this is not new, but it's a nice little one piece. Now, if a is less than 0, aka we have a negative a, my min becomes a max. I'm going to go down first, right? Or my max becomes a min, and my min becomes a max. But my zeros aren't going to change, because negative 0 is still a 0. Like my chance of winning the Super Bowl, 0. Okay. So that's not new. We know this piece right here will be we're going to call that the starting point. That's where we're going to start our graph. And that's this plus C, right? That C is going to give us where to start. A we call the amplitude. Amplitude and attitude. Right? One whole length is B is going to be our period. Well, 2 pi over B is going to be our period. And Y equals D is going to be our midline. Right? Nice little review. Nothing too scary yet. But we have our formula. That's what A, B, and C, and D give us. That's it. Boom, that was jarring. I'm going to cheat here. This one's already done. Again, start point, amplitude, midline, period. You can see from over here. I hope my mouse is being highlighted. Just remember with cosine, we start with our max, not our intercept, right? We're going to start max, intercept, min, intercept, max. And if it's less than 0, we start down. We flip it. It's we flip it over our x-axis. Or midline, I should say. We're going to flip over midline. All right? Okay. Again, nothing new. Stop, jot this down. A nice little review. Okay? A nice little review. All this is review 2. We know A is amplitude. We know our period is 2 pi over B. Frequency B over 2 pi. Our phase shift is negative C. Because remember, anything that happens to X, that plus C, we do the opposite. So if C is positive, we go left. Negative, we go right. Midline shift, whatever D is, if it's plus, we go up. Minus, we go down. Our B value tells us number of cycles from the interval 0 to 2 pi, how many times it's going to pass through. And B times X plus C is actually called the argument, like something me and my wife do all the time. I'm just kidding. We actually have probably argued twice in 14 years. And I've won neither. All right. Anything too scary? All right, good. Boom, another quick cut. Now that we know that, we can do this. We're going to do a wild graph. All right. We're going to do it not using the 5 key points. Well, we're going to use the 5 key points, but not using the table. And I'm going to show you how. So we have this right here. Right? There's some things I know. For example, where am I going to start? Well, my start is normally 0. But this minus pi over 6 means I'm going to move right pi over 6. So I'm actually going to start at pi over 6. Now I'm not shifting up or down, right? There's no D on this one. So my midline, I'm going to do my midline too. My midline is going to just be y equals 0, right? Good graph. So let's do it. So I'm going to start at pi over 6, and that's going to be an intercept because it's sine, and I didn't shift it up. So that's my start. Where am I going to stop? Where's my stop going to be for one cycle of it? Well, what's my period? Think about that. What's my period? My period's going to be 2 pi over 3, right? 2 pi over 3. So if I take that pi over 6 and add my period, I will know where this graph is going to end. So this kind of makes sense. It's just another way of looking at this. So pi over 6 plus 2 pi over 3. Let's make that 4 pi over 6, right? I'm going to stop at 5 pi over 6. Now, since it's sine, I'm going to stop at a 0, right? Because I go intercept max, intercept min, intercept. All right? All right. What's my amplitude? My amplitude's going to be 3. So that's good. So now think about this. Well, obviously I can tell because of that. Where's my other intercept going to be? It's going to be intercept max, intercept min, intercept. Again, just another way of looking at it. You could do the 5 points in the rule. That will actually work. Well, this intercept's right in the middle, right? So what's in the middle of pi over 6 and 5 pi over 6? And we can use our graph to help. What point is right in the middle? Well, it's going to be pi over 2. Okay. Now my max is going to occur, what color should I use? Black, in between my two intercepts, right? Right in the middle. So when I look at my graph, that's going to be pi over 3. And my min is going to occur in between these 2 points. So when I look at my graph, is 2 pi over 3. Now what I could have done is you could divide it into 1, 2, 3, 4 equal parts and find out what that is and just keep adding it. Kind of like the unit circle. It's not the way I like to do it though. So my max is at pi over 3. It's 3. My min is at 2 pi over 3. And it's negative 3. I don't like drawing on this. And then you can just, it'll repeat, right? Jiminy crickets. Ta-da! Ay, ay, ay. Okay. So we found the starting and stopping point, and then we just graphed everything in between. Let's try another one. Let's do one more. Eep. Gross! All right, let's do it. What's the argument? All right. Let's find our common stuff first, the stuff we're good at. What's my amplitude? It's 2. All right, cool. What's my period? Well, there's a 1/2 there, right? So it's going to be 2 pi over 1/2, which is 4 pi. So I know my period, I know my amplitude. That's quite a bit. Now what I want to know is, where am I going to start? Where's my first part of this going to be? I look at this for my start, right? So plus 2 pi means I'm going to go left 2 pi to negative 2 pi. Now this is a cosine with a positive a, so I'm starting at negative 2 pi max. What's my max? 2. Does that kind of make sense? That's where I'm getting my, so I go negative 2 pi up to, that's my starting point. Okay. Now to find my end, I'm going to do negative 2 pi plus 4 pi, because that's my period. And negative 2 pi plus 4 pi is 2 pi. And now since it's cosigned, I end in a max. So I go 2 pi 2. All right. So I did my start, I did my end. Now remember, with cosine, it was max, int, min, int, max. If my max is 2 pi and my min is negative 2 pi, where does my min occur? Right in the middle, right? So my min is going to be at 0, and the value is negative 2. Oop, I forgot to do one thing. What's my midline, y'all? What's my midline? Y equals 0. Okay. So it's the x-axis. Now, how do I find my intercept? What's halfway in between negative 2 pi and 0? Negative pi. And what's halfway between 0 and 2 pi? Pi. So I'm just keep cutting stuff in half, like my salary. I'm just kidding. Oh, Jiminy Crickets. And there's my graph. Too easy, kind of. I don't know. We'll talk about it in class. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a good day.